Tech versus Arizona State. All right, big game for both teams, man. Texas Tech's the real deal, right? And they're saying that they got one of the top players on that defensive line of Romello Height, who could be a top draft pick come this time next year, right? A marquee matchup, right? Because Arizona State, you was ranked last week. You didn't have your quarterback Sam Leavitt, right? You had Jeff Sims inserted in there, and your offense struggled. You got whooped last week on the road, right, when you played Utah. So coming into this game, you can pull off a massive upset that's going to help you in the standings, right? It's going to bring everybody closer. I think the lone undefeated team, and I'm gonna pull up the Big 12 standings here a little bit. I think it's BYU. If I'm not mistaken in that conference, I think BYU is the lone undefeated team. But let me find out. Okay, I was wrong. Okay, here's the standings, y'all. Okay, so BYU is in there at 3-0. Obviously 6-0 to start this year. Texas Tech is also 3-0. So you have them, and then you have Cincinnati, who's also 3-0 this year. Obviously, only loss was to Nebraska, a Big Ten team. So again, here's what's on the line for Arizona State. On the line for you is you go up against Texas Tech. You can give them their first loss of the year, right? Now BYU has a big game coming up. They're gonna play against Utah, who's also ranked, right? So things are coming up, major matchups. So if you Arizona State, you still got a chance at getting to obviously a Big 12 championship, right? Because remember, it's not going by your record. Going by your record and seeing if you're a good team, that's going to be the CFP. But getting into that championship game that gives you an auto bid into the tournament, into the dance, is conference record. So you can control that by knocking off Texas Tech and kind of ruffling some feathers up. Now, it's not going to be easy because they're on a 6-game winning streak as it is right now. But that's where things kind of stand in the Big 12. So it's a massive game for both teams at 4 p.m. And a lot of people are going to be tuning into this game because whoever comes out on top is going to do a lot for themselves and getting into obviously that Big 12 championship. Okay. Now, when we look at this game, we know that Texas Tech has an elite offense. It's the best in the country. 558.2 yards per game this team is averaging. That's first nationally, right? 325 passing yards, which is third, and 232 rushing yards, which is 14th, right? They're averaging 47.5 points per game. Okay, second nationally. So what I take from them stats is this is the best offense practically in the country. They're tough to slow down. It's a Big 12 offense, and you have to be able to try to turn the ball over. Good luck with that against a Texas Tech team. Okay, so that's the key there, right? You got Brand Morton, who was also it's not being talked about a lot. He's not being mentioned in Heisman conversations, but he's having a Big 12 or all Big 12 caliber season. 1,800 yards passing and 20 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Or 1,800 total yards and 20 touchdowns. No one is talking about Brand Morton, but he's having a really good season this year for them, right? And he got the explosive receivers too, Caleb Douglas and Coy Eakin, right? So they have what they need in this one in order to do damage and be able to do their thing. The biggest thing that they've taken a step forward, we've seen in years past, they struggle, is their defense, right? Texas Tech defense only allowing 190 yards passing, y'all, and 67 yards rushing. 12.2 points per game this year, right? It has been elite this year so far for Texas Tech. When you have that coupled with that explosive offense, you have a practically unbeatable team. And everybody looked at them crazy. Why you spending all this NIL money? Why you spending all this money to get these players? And we're seeing it pay dividends, right? And it's leading to this record they have right now, which is 6-0, and a chance to get into a Big 12 championship and say, tell everybody basically like, hey, screw you. We ain't got to listen to what you're saying. We know what we're doing, and we good. Period. That's what they've been doing so far, right? So the biggest question is, I don't know the availability report because it hasn't came out just yet. I had to listen to the press clippings. I don't know if Sam Leavitt's going to play, but for any chance in hell, Arizona State's going to have to pull this off. Sam Leavitt's going to have to play. That's just the bottom line. We know about Jordan Tyson. We know about some of the pieces you got, but we know he has to play in this game if you're going to have a shot at all or any chance in hell if you're Arizona State, right? And the offense is not as good as we thought, right? 65 ranked 65th nationally, nearly 400 yards of offense, right? And scoring 26 points per game, which is 85th in the country. All right. So this is a big game for both teams. And Arizona State, you need Sam Leavitt to play in this game. If you want any chance to win this, you need Sam Leavitt to play. Will he return? I won't really know. They haven't came out with the obviously injury report yet. I believe that is tomorrow for them. So that's a TBD, to be determined. Once you know that, you can go to the end. I'm going with Texas Tech. Now, if he plays, I wouldn't be surprised if they could pull off an upset here because they got the pieces on the outside to do it. They can't run the ball the same way they did with Cam Scotterbo, but they can still run the ball. They can take away some possessions. But I think Texas Tech's playing at an all-time level right now. They're an elite football team. They on both sides of the ball, they've been elite. They can rush the passer. The defense is really good. Linebacking core is good. And Brand Morton needs to be talked about more in that Heisman conversation on what he's done this season. I'm going with the Red Raiders. Big time victory over them. 38-17 victory for the Red Raiders. If Sam Leavitt plays, 38-24. If he don't, 38-17